Hi guys. So we've had a bit of an introduction so far. We've learned about what involved in the course, and we've also looked at some of the equipment. We've looked at the evolution of DJ equipment and the different components. This session is really about beat matching, the art of DJing, about playing music. So we've conveyed a little bit before, and a little bit we'll convey now about music is all about playing continuous, DJing is all about playing continuous music. When you play one song, it comes to the end and then there's going to be a massive silence on your dance floor or your festival. So you want to be able to have some way of going from one track to the other through mixing in between. So a good way of doing that will be to have your two decks and playing them through a mixer. Most dance music, whether it be hip hop, grime, hard house, funky house, happy hardcore, drum and bass, all of those around a 4/4 signature. So literally 4 beats in a bar and then 4 bars to make a phrase. So it's that simple. And generally we'll denote that. We've got a bar drawn up here. We'll have our bass drum, our kick drum, which will be here, or we could have our bass drum on 1 and then a kick drum, a snare drum up here on 3, and then we'd get rid of these. But just for the purpose of this, because it really is that simple. These are your 4 beats in a bar. Obviously there's a load of other melodic music taking place, but these are the ones that you really need to be concerned about. You might have one song, let's say a funky house song, which is at, I don't know, 125 beats per minute. And then you'll have another one, which is 130 beats per minute. So they're fairly close, but they're not matched. And if you play those at the same time through a mixer, they're going to be going at a different rate. And in the next session, Mike is going to be showing you probably an example of what songs sound like them when they're out, and then what they sound like when they're in. So you want the 2 songs to be going 1, 2, 3, 4 at the same time. So here we've got like a bar. You've got like a dance tune that'll be going boom, 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 boom. That simple. And then another one that'll be a bit faster, a bit slower. What we'll be doing is we'll be playing one record. We'll then play another. When we press play, they will start going 1, 2, 3, 4 at the same time, and then we need to vary the tempo of that song so that it's going 1, 2, 3, 4 at the same time. It's literally as simple as that. One of the aims of this course and this series of sessions is to kind of make you feel at ease with the simplicity of DJing, but also to have an understanding of the complexity of it, but really be reassured of just how simple that first initial point of DJing is. It's just literally making 2 songs go 1, 2, 3, 4 at the same time. Great. Hi everyone. So hope you're enjoying the video series so far. We've given you an introduction to the concept of DJing. We've given you an introduction to the music, and we've all got all this great equipment here. And Tim has given you an idea and an introduction to almost like the evolution of DJing equipment from the old vinyl decks of, say, the 70s right the way up to the 90s. Then we've got the CDJs from the late 90s onwards, and then we've moved on to, say, these DJ controllers, and then the digital vinyl systems and online stuff as well. Zippy then introduced you to some of the software. So we had Virtual DJ, which is a great program, really simple and easy to use. But then, of course, Zippy and Tim have introduced you to some of the more advanced software as well, such as Recordbox and Serato, which you'll be using with some of these controllers. And that was just to really give you an introduction into some of the equipment that's out there. So if you go on and download it, you can. But for now, and for the purpose of these videos, if pupils are downloading Virtual DJ for home use, it can be really easy to get set up. So, session 3, we've got beat matching. and this is what we're going to be really covering in this little video now. We've already had an introduction from Zippy and from Tim, and you've seen an example of some mixes, but it would be good to break down actually what's involved. So earlier we had a video which showed 4 beats in a bar, as we explained, and generally all of this kind of dance music has the same time signature. So I'm just going to show you it now. So if I press play, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what's happening here? I've taken a track. We've got a loop. So we've looped it as 16 bars. So the track isn't going to advance and change in its dynamics too much. You're just listening to some simple music. What we would then do in order to mix is we've got our second song, and we're going to press play and make these both go 1, 2, 3, 4 at the same time. So let's press Q here. The great thing about this software is that when you load it up, it does something called auto cue straight away. So if I take this and move it forward, it might be like a few beats into it, and then you press play. It doesn't start on the first bar. With other vinyl systems, you then need to prepare it. But with this stuff, it does something called auto cue. And then if we hit Q, it takes it back to the start of the song. So just to introduce a mix now, we're going to come over here, we're going to press play, and it's playing. We've got a crossfader in the middle, our 2 volumes, and then we're going to introduce this, and that's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be out at the start, and you get to hear what out sounds like, and then we're going to get the mix in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. On 1, I'm going to hit play, and it will make them both go 1, 2, 3, 4 at the same time, and then it will come out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and it's out pretty quickly. So let's take it up to 123. We've got here the BPMs. Let's get those in. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So now they're both playing. We need to either slow this down . Okay, so they're both pretty much playing at the same time. If they're out, let's mess them up a bit. If I slow it down, they're totally out. So that's what out sounds like. Bring it to 123 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Both playing at the same time. Slightly out.
Hi guys, just going to show you a little bit about beat matching now. Beat matching has been made incredibly easy with digital mixing basically. So at the moment, I mean, if you look at the screen, it says the BPM there. So BPM stands for beats per minute, and that is the speed that the song is going. So that's how many beats are in 1 minute, and there's 123 of them. If you look at this one, it says 125.9. Okay, now a really simple way of making them go the same speed is just by getting the pitch correction here, and I'm just doing it up and down like that, and you can see it changing over here. So that one's 123, so I just want to get this one to 123. Now, just to let you know, the points actually matter quite a lot, so I need to get it to 123.0, because even a 0.1 is going to make your mix go out over time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press play on this one, and then I'm just going to wait And now they're both going at the exact same speed. So all you've got to do is, as long as you press the play button at the right time, that's going to work. Okay, now if things start going out or in, you can move the beat forward by going like that, or you can move it back by going like that. So, just to let you know, if you touch the side of this, you can push the song forward or pull it back. But if you want to stop the song altogether, you can just put your finger on here and you can rewind it like that, see? Or you can speed it up or spin it round like that. But realistically, when it's going like that, I'm going to get the one on here. And you can sort of like a normal DJ would do. So I'm just waiting for a part in the song, just like we did earlier. It's a natural point where you would start mixing. Or you can just let go of it, so you can see where I'm mixing it there. And then I can have a little bit of play around with the parameters there. And that's mixed together. Okay, one thing I'll show you very quickly. I'll stop that and I'll stop that one and I'll rewind them to the beginning. Now, if I put this to 128, and when you're really in the mix, right, and you're in a nightclub, or if you're at home and you're recording a mix, back in the old school days, you used to have to do it manually and do it yourself. But now there's things called sync buttons. So if you just want to have a little look over here, that's where the sync button is. It's going 128, but I wanted to go 123. So I press sync on this one, and it's going to change it. So what I've done now is I've synced this one to 123. And now you can see they're both completely in sync. So if I change the BPM on the fader here, it actually changes both of them at the exact same time. So they stay completely in the mix, and you can change the speed of the record whilst it's playing and whilst it's in the mix. Quite a handy little tool there.